Hello, everybody, and welcome to Machtails from the Cantina Live, episode number 75.
Trick or treat.
Will you be able to make it alive through our Halloween special? Brother Barry Harmon is here to make us a spooky and festive cocktail. Brother and show producer Rich Brendel is here for a cheer and a beer and to explain why people like to be scared shitless. Brother Brad Riverdale will be here to celebrate the life of the late, great Ace Frehley from Kiss. And good friends Richard and Sarah from Skywalking Through Neverland are here for some Halloween hijinks.
Jedi business. Go back to your drinks.
Grab yourself a beverage.
Yes, have some.
Smoke if you got 'em. I am your show host, Chris Mucht, and we are live inside the Wampa Cave. Let the tomfoolery and hijinks begin. See, we already got the Halloween hijinks going. There's ghosts in the room. It's because I lit this candle. The set decorating behind me is normal. Dropped the ball. Not enough money in the production budget for that. But I'm going to light my candle to my dog Molly here that passed away 3 weeks ago from tomorrow. She passed away peacefully, I will say. Man, we're kind of starting the show off on a downer note, aren't we? But we're here to celebrate everybody that we've lost, everybody that's been part of our family, as far as pets, relatives, even people that we've looked up to. We've lost so many celebrities this year. It's kind of scary. And we are here to talk about some scary stuff tonight. And you know what? I do not have show producer Matthew Rooney with me, working the magic behind the scenes here tonight. So please bear with me. Grab yourselves a cold one. And speaking about a cold one, I have good friend, Machtails from the Cantina artist, joining the show. He is going to make us a spooky cocktail. Brother Barry Harmon, welcome to the show, as always, man.
Hey. How you doing?
I am good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to doing this. It's become a tradition, hasn't it?
It is, man. It has. And I'm so glad to have you on the show, as I always am. And thank you for coming through with the art again, as always. We gave out some cool card backs, and we had the cool image behind us for the really good event, the really cool event on Wednesday that we did for the virtual Cantina network with Diana Lee Inosanto.
Yes.
Hey, before you make a drink, I got to ask you a question here, right?
Okay.
It's the Halloween show.
Yeah.
I want to ask all my guests on tonight. We got a nice handful of them. What are you most afraid of? What do you fear the most?
Oh, man. I mean, I guess the scariest things are the things that could actually happen. So like health issues, just like sudden unexplained things that you need to get multiple tests for. You know, you start.
It's always health, right? It's always health.
Yeah. Like you know, like you get to that age now where you're kind of like, my heart hurts a little bit. You know, like I felt a little pain here, and you're like, oh,
yeah, right.
You know,
well, you start thinking, we've lost so many friends and family well before their time, and you really start thinking like about our own mortality, right? I mean,
right.
And I know it's and I know you were downtown yesterday. I was downtown yesterday, but I was near the train station. I had seen Coco with the live symphony, and man, that movie's great. It celebrates everybody that is passed on. Yeah. And the most important thing that we can do is not forget about them,
For sure. Yeah, that's a sad movie. That one always touches me.
You know why? It's a Pixar movie, and that's what Pixar movies do.
Yeah, they do. They make you cry.
Yeah, all the time. Okay, last question before I let you work your magic there behind the bar. What movie scares you the most? We all have that one film that just haunts us in our nightmares.
Well, I don't know if it's a specific one, but it's like a subsection of horror that I kind of avoid. It's the one where it's like the creepy things like in the basement or in the attic. They pull a lot from like the Ring movies and the Ju-on and the Grudge. There's
Yeah,
also that,
almost paranormal type.
and it's not so much that, it's that like when I'm in my basement and I'm like in the laundry room, there's a dark corner where the water heater and stuff is, and I'm just afraid to turn around and just see someone in there with like a little white face like watching me. And it doesn't help that there are people now who make Instagram reels just of those little moments. Like they script them themselves just to scare you. Like you're going up the stairs, turn off the lights to the basement, you turn around 1 second and look down there, and there's like a guy standing down there, just like, you know.
Yeah, I totally get that. I'm sure you're not alone. I'm sure you're not alone with that. That's
Right.
why.
But I mean, I love scary movies, but they don't scare me. It's the movies I don't want to watch that scare me.
Yeah, or the situations that you know are in certain movies that you prefer to stay away from.
100%.
All right, what are we making today, man? What are we making today on the show?
All right. So on the show today, we are making a spicy bourbon pumpkin smash. I was kind of racking my brain for like recipes that use real pumpkin because we just made some pumpkin pancakes this morning and had some leftovers. So I made the syrup beforehand. You know me, I'm a syrup boy. I made some for
Yes.
you. This one's a little chunky though, and it's got maple syrup, water, pumpkin puree. What else does it have? It has pumpkin pie spice, it has vanilla extract, and it has sea salt. So it
Okay.
definitely smells like a pie.
Now, obviously, you need to refrigerate that.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
you made that recently?
I made it a couple hours ago, just before we started.
Okay, a
Um,
couple hours ago. Okay, so it's
so
fresh.
that's the main thing you need. And then next up, we're going to be using some bourbon. I think I used this on the show before. I could be wrong. This is after Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny came out. Remember he's like drinking his coffee and he pours some bourbon in it.
Yes, yes.
And I was like, oh, what's that brand? G&W. And I looked it up and Benny's had it. And so I went over to Benny's, and it's so cheap. It's like a $10 bottle of bourbon. And I'm like, this is great for cocktails because it's not inexpensive bourbon. It's not bad, and it's got that Indiana Jones connection. So
Okay, so it's an Indiana Jones connection, and he actually used that in the movie, and you scored that at Benny's, the same brand.
yeah, and you can still get it, but I think it was one of those situations where it's like Benny's happened to have it at a specific location because someone probably ordered a couple, so they just got a case and threw the rest on the shelf. It's something I don't usually find in this area, but you can find them pretty easy. And there's a more like reserve stock, like fancy version. This is the private stock, but like it was, like I said, like a $10 or $15 bottle. So
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's not worth drinking.
exactly. So I'm going to be using this. I also have a tablespoon of orange juice. I know I'm not given the measurements here. I really should, but this isn't that kind of show.
Oh, we can post that on our Patreon. We can do
yeah.
Barry's recipe on Patreon here.
Exactly. Yeah, we can post that up there. And then I'm supposed to have orange bitters, but I didn't have that, so I have grapefruit bitters. I don't think we'll notice the difference there. And then they do have ginger beer as optional, but I'm not using that. So let me call on my magical assistant hands to come in. Oh, look at that. So there we go. So first we're going to do this in a mixer. You can keep holding on to it, actually. I'm going to put in, let's see, it says 2 to 4 tablespoons. So we'll go. There we go. That's good. And then next we're going to put, it says 1/4 of a cup of bourbon. I'm going to put a little less because I already had a drink today. There we go. Next, we're going to put that orange juice. And then we're going to do the orange bitters. And it's funny. I bought this and it didn't come with the little like cap, that you usually get for the bitters. So I got to pour real carefully or it's going to be a little too much. All right, there we go. And then that just about does it. Now I'm going to put the cap on this. I'm going to shake it and make sure it's really tight because I did a live I did a live drink mixing thing once, and I didn't put it on the right way, and it went all over me. So
Live, huh? You did a live stream?
yeah. All right, and then we got the cup, and we got this. So let's. And I'm sure you could maybe double it, triple it. It actually is more of a punch, like you make a punch bowl of it for like multiple people. But
Hey, it's a Halloween party drink, right?
yeah, and topping it with ginger beer obviously would fill the glass up a little bit more. But I
Awesome,
guess
man.
I'll give it a try now.
Cheers, and share the
Cheers.
recipe with us so we can post it on Patreon.
Yeah, absolutely, will do.
All right.
I'll let you know how it goes. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, man.
I did it.
Thank you so much, man. We'll see you on the next show.
All right. See ya.
Take care. Happy Halloween to you, man.
Happy
Take care.
Halloween.
We'll see you. All right, rolling right along, man. I always love Evan Barry on the show, and he's been making these drinks, something that I really don't do, but I love that element on the show. Speaking about elements that I love on the show, it is time to bring on brother Rich Brendel for a cheer and a beer. If he's there, have no fear. All right, Rich, what is happening here? Oh, we got a drink.
Hey.
I thought that was either your ass or your costume for the night.
That was my spooky drink tonight.
Your spooky drink tonight. All right, man. We do this thing, cheering a beer. For those of you guys that don't know, you must be living under a rock. This is where brother and show producer Rich Brendel raises his glass to something that we can all cheer to. What are you drinking? What are you drinking tonight, and what are you raising your glass for?
Well, tonight I'm drinking the PBR Godzilla.
Oh man, brother Brad is coming up next. If he hasn't had one of those,
Yeah,
tell us right now.
it's a little monster theme, and then I also have some sort of like alien worm embryo inside of the bottom of my glass. I don't know how it got there.
Oh shit, you got
but
a
I figured it would make a good spooky drink, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
So
So we got the Paps with the spookiness to it and the
Yep.
Godzilla theme. And what do we raise on our glass for?
tonight we're going to be raising our glass. I mean, in honor of all that's been going on. I was going to do it to getting lucky because the Packers won, but instead it's going to be to all the lost people and pets and everything.
Hey, everybody we lost, man.
Especially recently there with Molly. I know that broke my heart, and it broke your heart so much more. So,
Hey, to everyone we lost, man, I appreciate
positive memories.
Positive memories, and don't forget those that have passed on.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers, man. That's a PBR. That's an easy one to put down. Hey, I want to spend just a minute with you here. I know you have your line of work deals with the way that people think and the way that people behave. Let me ask you one question here. Does fear lead to anger?
Yeah. I mean, well, in a way, yeah. They're both fear and anger are the byproducts of a chemical that gets released from our brain called cortisol. That's the stress hormone. It's a stress chemical. It gets us really pissed off sometimes. It even causes us to be overly critical. It gets us afraid, gets us angry. And some of the behavioral responses are, losing our temper, and even stuff that we see nowadays in modern culture with all the doom scrolling on our phones and stuff. We do that because of this addictive chemical that gets released called cortisol. So the two are related. I wouldn't say necessarily one would lead to the other, but I know Yoda says that. But
now, what about people that want to be scared? You always hear, like, I always wondered why people enjoy watching horror movies.
Yeah,
They're like, well, I like to be afraid. There's so much anxiety that I get from being afraid, even if it's not from horror movies. Why do people enjoy that feeling?
yeah. I mean, for a couple reasons. It's, um, you know, it's because that chemical is addictive, cortisol. So it's like we got to get our fix some way. But also, horror movies and Halloween and stuff like that, they're safe ways to experience these kind of complex emotions. So, yeah, they're so that's the big part of it. But it also can be very addictive. Like if you watch horror movies every single day, you're probably going to miss them after if you skip a few days because you don't have that feed. Or even more scary, you might turn to another way of releasing that, like the whole doom scrolling thing. That's a big thing. At least with my job, I see it all the time. That it can be very psychologically unbeneficial. So yeah.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Now, what are you most afraid of?
I don't know. That's a little bit personal, man.
Hey, you can plead the fifth, man. You can plead the fifth on this show.
Yeah, I
as
think I'm
always.
gonna plead the fifth on that one.
We haven't had anybody plead the fifth. Okay, now you can share this one. I'm sure this isn't so personal because I'm going to share
If
mine
it was
tonight.
you and me, then I'd be like, yeah. But I know that there's other people watching that I might not trust as much. So
Hey, amen to that, man. Amen to that. I respect that. Now, what about? Can you share what movie scares you the most? And I promise to you, brother, I will not haunt you like you haunted me before you made the.
I promise, man. You brought it up, not me, man.
So, what about you, man? What movie scares you the most?
Oh man,
Do you have one from your youth that you saw way too young?
My youth, I don't have one that I like go to. I want to be scared. I'm going to this. I don't have anything like that.
No,
But
I don't think anybody wants, like, what film do you want to stay away from that you've seen? I don't think anybody says, oh my God, this film scared me the most. I need to watch it again and again and again.
One movie that terrified me as a kid that I look back on it now and it's like, I don't get it, but the movie, with the Tom Hanks movie, The Burbs.
Oh, The Burbs.
The Burbs terrified me as a kid. Like those creepy neighbors, man. That ginger neighbor.
I haven't seen it. That's Tom Hanks. Isn't it Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher together?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I mean, I remember sitting in the theater and just being like, like curled up in a ball. Some of the other ones that I remember that were pretty good that gave me a pretty good scare were The Sixth Sense. That was pretty good. And
yeah,
then,
that was a good one. That was a super good one.
Yeah, and then
or Supernatural.
Another one with Harrison Ford years ago. I think it's with him and Heather Locklear, maybe, or somebody, or some blonde chick. But What Lies Beneath, it's called.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one. I don't
that was
know
a good
if
one.
I've seen that one. So, well, hey, brother, thanks for sharing your scary movie with us, at least, The Burbs. For those of you that have heard about The Burbs with Carrie Fisher, warning to you, it did scare brother and show producer Rich Brendel. And again, man, let's not forget the people that have passed on. Rich, we will see you on the next show, as we always do. You're a regular here, man. Take care. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you soon.
Later, man.
All right, love you, brother. All right, without further ado, we're just going to roll through the guests here so we can kind of stay on schedule here tonight. My brother and my bandmate, brother Brad Riverdale. Brad, were you expecting Ace to be the host tonight?
I'm telling you, man, I jumped on a little late and I'm looking in the mirror right now. Look at this.
Except I feel like I stole the hair from Paul Stanley.
That's spot on, man. Yeah, it's a little more Paul. It's a little more Paul than Ace hair, but
The hair, yes. Michelle, I told Michelle, I said, hey, I want to do a nice tribute to Ace. And she's like, I got you.
No, it
It's
looks
funny,
good,
man.
man. It looks good. Ace would be proud right there. He'd be proud, man.
You know what's funny? I had a photo of you. You sent me a photo of you as Peter Criss, and I don't have it. I don't have it in my file folder right now because I don't have show producer Matthew Rooney with me. So I'm like firing on most of the cylinders, but not all of them. But you were Peter Criss for Halloween a handful of years ago. Well, I'm going to guess the connection was the drummer.
Yeah, he was my guy in Kiss. Not the most exciting member, but like in his early days, just a killer drummer. And that's I decided one year I'm going to dress up as Peter Criss for Halloween. It was a little more work than I thought. I have respect for those guys doing that all those years.
Yeah, and they did their own makeup.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy. I was Paul Stanley in 6th grade, and I always wanted to wear the Ace makeup. I always wanted to have an Ace costume, and we're going to get into that next. But it's funny, when we did the makeup, my sister was Paul Stanley years ago. I was probably like 2 or 3 years old, and she had a really cool costume. But man, when I dressed up as Paul Stanley, probably in her favor, because Ace was always my favorite.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any costumes. I brought my guitar to school, and this guy in front of me was messing around with my guitar and clocked me in the head. And I had the makeup on, right? This was like at a school dance, Halloween dance. And I started to tear up because it hurt so bad. So I was like a sad Paul Stanley. And that was the last time and only time that I put on the Kiss makeup. And, because we lost Ace just recently, and it's like not even a week ago, right?
Yeah, just a few days ago.
And
yeah, super sad, man.
Man, it was very, very sad. I was watching the Ozzy Osbourne documentary last night, the one his family did, right? And that's a sad story. It's always sad to see these people that we idolized as rock stars just kind of get old and clock out, man. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was not well, and first of all, yeah, you chose well, man. You look great. Gene was the scary guy, the Halloween guy, but Ace was definitely the coolest,
Yeah, I don't know if it was. I think it was the costumes, man.
Yeah.
And a guitar, right? Because I played guitar back then. I think I was attracted to the musician, like you were with Peter Criss.
Yeah, well, just everything about him, and he had the guy like couldn't stand up straight half the time, and he just looked like he looked like Keith Richards went to Mars and came back or something. But
well, I feel like the band always and I don't want to turn it into a Kiss tribute by any means.
Yeah.
But the band was always underrated in my opinion, and they never got the credit they deserved musically, and they got slammed like Star Wars got slammed for the sequels. And
Yep.
I feel like though the musicians that we love that were inspired by them, it says a lot about the band.
Yeah.
Everybody from Scotty Ian from Anthrax was a huge Kiss fan to to the Helicopters, one of my favorite bands.
Dimebag Darrell from Pantera famously was like
yes.
idolized Ace Frehley, said it was his favorite guitarist. Yeah, it's sad. These guys are all getting older though.
Yeah, and like I said, Coco celebrates everybody that's passed on. We're all going to be there. Not to bring the show down for a minute, but just
I'm celebrating, man. I'm celebrating in my Kiss cave here with you guys tonight, so it's all good.
Hell yeah, man, and that's exactly what we're doing. Let's celebrate the best Ace outfit. I would have to say that mine is a tie between the one in the bottom middle, because every time he hit the light, he would get that beam of light. Just a really, really cool trick. And then the one to the left of that.
I don't know if I'm seeing anything, but
you're not seeing anything?
I'm not seeing it. I don't know if anybody else is. But...
Okay, you know what? See, Matthew's not here. What the hell? All right, you know what? Hang on a minute. Hang on. I'm going to get this right. So you did not see the guy. You know what? Let me ask you this. What is your favorite Ace Ace costume?
My favorite's
I want to say outfit, not costume. I want to say outfit.
yeah, I should have a picture of 1974, Hotter Than Hell. That's my favorite album. It was very basic. He basically was like an all black jumpsuit, and he had this like triangular shoulder thing. It looked almost like clocks were on it. It's just very bizarre. And you almost never see photos from that era that aren't in black and white. Like they were just all like dark, and I don't know. That's my favorite.
Yeah, okay. So brother Rich, producer Rich is back in the green room. He's watching the show. He says that he can see the image.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we're looking at the middle here, the middle left, with the triangle. And I love anything silver. Like, okay, so the bottom right, the bottom left, anything that I love that Mylar look that he had. It was so cool. But to celebrate and pay tribute to it. Actually, Rich is watching on YouTube. So Ace had a trick, right? He always had the guitar smoke, always had the pickup start on fire. For those of you that don't know, Ace was a huge fan of Jimi Hendrix, and he was actually a roadie for Hendrix, probably in a crew, I'm assuming, because they had very little interaction, the way that I understood it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, Brad, Hendrix lit his guitar in Monterey Pop Festival. No one did that. That was his thing. Do you think Ace was kind of channeling his inner Jimi Hendrix with this?
You know what? That would not surprise me. I bet you it was. And early on, like he designed the logo, he did all the special. Came up with a lot of the special effects ideas, so he was a huge part of the image for Kiss. But like, it wouldn't surprise me if he was like, "How do I do this and be able to replicate it night after night without destroying my guitar?" So like, he added an extra pickup, and basically just like had a little combustible thing where he could light it, and I don't know the exact trick, but like, yeah, you could just pop it out when the night was over and put a new one in the next night, and it would smoke the next night too. So
Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me.
Nobody did that. Nobody
No.
did that.
Yeah, it was like, how do we turn it up to 11? Like in real life, that's kind of what they're all about.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what Kiss did, and I think every year that they, every year they kind of stepped it up.
Yeah.
Until they ran out of steam and they took the makeup off. And one of my biggest regrets, I never saw Ace Frehley live. I never saw the reunion show. It was on my bucket list for the longest time. I don't know why I dropped the ball on that. And then, of course, I never saw him on his solo tour, which he kind of was in the middle of when he canceled. When he first,
Yeah, he was supposed to play the Arcada.
He was supposed to play the Arcada
Yeah,
down the
that's
street from my
that's
house.
where I last saw. Yeah, this is a mid-sized place with a bigger club, I would say, not far from where you live, man. I saw him do it with his solo band there a few years ago.
Now,
That
how
was the
many
last
times
time
did
I
you get
saw
a
him.
chance to see him?
Oh gosh, I mean, I saw Kiss with Ace. I don't even know, 12 times maybe. I don't know, 13
Yeah,
times, and then I saw him.
that's a
Saw him
lot.
solo a few times. Last one at the, and this dude. Last time I saw him at the Arcada, he was solid. I mean, he did a bunch of covers, he did a bunch of Kiss songs, he did a bunch of his own stuff. In fact, he came out late because they did a VIP, which I didn't do because I'm not about meeting your heroes or whatever, musical heroes, sports heroes, all that. I don't like to do that, but he did a meet and greet, and I guess like took too much time signing stuff for everybody. So like came out
Which is a good
like,
thing because it
yeah,
says he
yeah,
was a good
yeah.
person.
Yeah, it's nobody's perfect, certainly, but yeah, dude was beyond talented.
Yeah, and I, as a youngster playing guitar, I could never learn any Kiss songs because they were just too damn hard for me. And I can't tell you, I would probably have to say my favorite Ace moment was probably 1979, 1980 Australia. It was on the home video that came out in 1987. It was when he was doing the theme, not really a solo, but the lead theme for Detroit Rock City. And he had the cape, and the cape was flowing through his legs. It was just
Yeah.
it was such a cool moment. That's probably my favorite favorite Ace moment, aside from some of the stuff that he did. Let's talk about the Halloween connection.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved the Snyder show appearance.
Oh my god. Oh my god. If anybody that wants to laugh, literally, if you could care less about Kiss, look up Tom Snyder Kiss interview. It's just he is blasted out of his mind and like saying whatever he wants, and everybody's so uncomfortable, but he's hilarious. Like Tom Snyder's
Super
laughing.
entertaining.
Oh, it's so funny.
Super entertaining. And this was Tom Snyder's Halloween show from October 31st, 1979.
Yep.
Recorded the day before, but before that, they did a show that this show is kind of like the Star Wars holiday special for me. And what I mean by that is I heard about this for so many years before I actually had the opportunity to see it, because thank God for YouTube, man. I mean, back in the day, it was very, very common to hear about a TV show or see photos from it, but not see the video of it. And this is a great performance, and this is from 1976, right?
The Paul Lynde Halloween special from '76. That was like Kiss's big. They had just like broke huge, and they were added fairly late to it. I guess it's one of these cheesy, like '70s variety shows. Like
kind of like what we're trying to replicate tonight.
Betty White's on it. Pinky Tuscadero from Grease. It is bonkers. It's nuts. Like Donnie and Marie Osmond, of course, show up for a second. It had the lady who was the witch from Wizard of Oz, like back in the witch makeup, and like Kiss randomly shows up and starts playing for no reason. It's like makes no sense, but it's hilarious.
We're looking at the witch here with Gene Simmons. Now, this is the original witch from the Wizard of Oz.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. And they had
she put the makeup on just for this episode.
Yeah, and Paul Lynde back then, he was a Hollywood Squares guy. He did a bunch of these cheesy '70s variety shows. But yeah, it's basically him like making really corny jokes, and like all of a sudden, dancers will come out and they'll break into song. It's so bizarre, but it's total '70s.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, when I was watching the show the other night, let's see, Brother Rich Brendel says Betty White and B. Arthur both are in holiday specials. Now, wait a minute. Did you say that B. Arthur is in the Paul Lynde Halloween special?
No, I think he's talking about the Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah, he's referencing the Star Wars holiday special there. When I was watching this, though, I thought it was later than 1976. And man, the stage show that Kiss puts on for this show, it is like over the top.
Oh, it's all lip synced, of course, because that's what they did, back then for that stuff. But yeah, dude, they were like young, hungry, jumping around. It's like a really cool. I think they're supposed to be in like a witch's castle or something. Is like the stage setup they did. So they've got them like tucked away in the corner, just rocking out. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and our good friends coming up next, Richard and Sarah, they say they highlight this gem every year on their show, Skywalking Through Neverland. I know they do. They're big fans of the Star Wars Holiday Special. And knowing Richard, I'm sure he's a big fan of Paul Lynde and his Halloween special as well. Yeah. This is Margaret Hamilton. Is that the witch?
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not as big of a Wizard of Oz buff as I am.
Yes, it is. I'm looking at the image right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't see the image, but man, this poster that you had showed me the other day, that's what we're looking at here. And that is really, really cool artwork, And for those of us that were born in that era, it's like there's something very, very nostalgic about Kiss. And I feel like that was the first dance that I had with nostalgia was the band. And with Ace passing, it's sad, it's real. Obviously, the fact that he had to cancel the tour because of his injury, and then it led to, unfortunately, his passing. That was quite the sad thing. We do know that Kiss definitely is like Star Wars. They capitalize on everything they can. We're looking at here some Kiss costumes that were, I guess, kind of a knockoff of Don Post. Now, this is really cool and nostalgic to me. But the fact that they have masks for some, I don't know why people just couldn't say, you know what, we don't need the masks, we want to wear the makeup.
Yeah.
It's a little odd, but again, it's a chance for Gene Simmons to cash in. We blame him for that. Maybe if he partied as hard as Ace and Peter, he would have had a little bit more fun and still could have been almost as rich.
Yeah, Ace is the one you definitely wanted to party with and hang out with, but Gene and Paul are the ones that made, kept the boat driving forward. But they actually did make back in the 70s, they did make Kiss Your Face makeup, and there was a TV commercial for it, and they like wrote a song for it. It's hilarious.
And this is back in so they were cashing in
like 78, I think. Yeah, they sold Kiss makeup, like Kiss AM radios. It's like the Kiss dolls had their own commercial with a theme song. It was pretty awesome.
It's funny. I bet you there's no way in hell that you could find an American family without either Star Wars or Kiss in their house.
Oh,
between
like
75
1977, 78. Yeah, dude. It's like Star Wars and Kiss for a good 3-4 years there. It's all it was.
Hey, before I let you go, I gotta keep it consistent here. I gotta ask you, what scares you? What are you most afraid of?
Oh man, I'm feeling like Rich. I want to plead the fifth here. But
you can, and you know what?
You know what? I'll keep it in theme right now because I love horror movies. I love fall. It's like all my family birthdays and stuff is in the fall. So I just love this time of year. So I'm not scared of movies really. I don't have any movies I'm super scared of, but I'll keep it in theme. I'm kind of scared of seeing some of the other big guys go down, some of the other rock stars that are getting up there in age that or some of the actors that are no longer going to be with us soon. That's kind of a scary thought, to be in a world without all your heroes.
Yeah, and Barry was saying that he's most afraid of health issues going south. And if you look at it, if we stay healthy for a long time, we live a long time. Unfortunately, there's so many people that we're going to see pass on.
And what's ironic is like nothing's a given. Like Ace Frehley, the dude, like Ace Frehley is the guy Slash. No, Ace Frehley was the famous story. Ace Frehley told Slash he had a drinking problem. And he was like, when Ace Frehley tells you you have a drinking problem, you know to take it seriously. So like Ace Frehley basically had this massive drinking problem for 3 decades. That doesn't kill him. What happens? He slips and falls.
Yeah, he slips and falls.
It's like Keith Richards. He'll how's he gonna go? He's gonna hit his head on a coconut or something, and it'll be the end of him. But you just never know, man. You just never know.
You never know, man. And that's what we got to live every day like it's our last. Hey, thanks so much for joining the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Hey, happy Halloween, and we'll see you soon, brother.
All right.
Take care. Without further ado, our good friends that love Halloween as much as I love Star Wars, Richard and Sarah, how are you guys?
Ace, it's great to be here. Great to be on the show. Loved you in Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. That was one of the best specials of all time.
Hey, thank you. And is that one of do you guys highlight that on Skywalking Through Neverland?
Not yet. We're building up to that. Every year, we could do that, or Paul Lynde Halloween special, and the Halloween special edges the Phantom of the Park out.
Right. Yeah, Phantom of the Park was one of those two, very much like the Star Wars Holiday Special. Like, so, I know you're a big fan of Star Wars Holiday Special, and I am too, but for lack of better terms, so bad it's good. I love watching those because it really captures the essence of just, hey, we got an idea, let's make a production about it.
And you can tell the Kiss members really wanted to do it. They wouldn't even learn their lines. The director had to be off stage telling them their lines which is why when you see them, they're only doing one line at a time. So you never see them do 2 sentences joined together.
Yeah, you could tell. You could tell when you're watching.
And even Gene Simmons like, I want nothing to do with this. Like, okay, Gene, just growl your way through. We'll be done in about 2 hours.
Well, I wanted to have you guys on the show because you guys are annual, or I should say, because they changed it. Your good friend, I believe Jeff is his name. He was in Chicago. We spent a lot of time talking. He said they call it Magic Key now. They don't call it annual pass holders anymore. And I got back from Disneyland last Saturday. You guys went to Disney World. I got to tell you, man, I was really, really blown away by my second visit to Disneyland. I feel like it's my favorite over Orlando, over Disney World. You guys might be a little biased because you live out there. You've been going there for years. You guys went there for their Halloween time. What did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy Disney World, or do you still love Disneyland when it comes to Halloween time?
Well, last week we were in Orlando, but we didn't go to Disney World.
We didn't.
Universal.
We went to Epic Universe
Yeah.
because we wanted to check out Dark Universe specifically in
And
Epic
the-
Universe and
the
Halloween
Halloween Horror
Nights, which is another level of Halloween.
Yes,
right?
it was all Universal all the time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Disney, but
we did feel a little weird going over there and not going to Disney, but
Like you betrayed Disney, right?
yeah.
yeah, it's like,
But-
okay, all right, Disney World and Disneyland. Look what Universal's doing. Ball's in your court. You got to up your game.
Yeah, for sure. Now, have you been to Disney World though during Halloween time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
right
so
before
it's
about 2018, we went to Disney World, met a whole bunch of Skywalkers, and we did the Mickey Mouse,
Mickey's Not So
Mickey's
Scary
Not So
Halloween
Scary
Party.
Halloween Party.
Yes. So we
Okay.
did do that.
What did you like? Did you feel like Disney World did it better than Disneyland? Did it the same? What was your takeaway from it?
Now I'm trying to remember. We did a whole episode on this because back then, let's see. So I do like the fact that they have more shows over in Orlando. Like they have a whole Hocus Pocus led show on the main stage of the Cinderella Castle during the Halloween party.
That's the one thing that Disney World and the Orlando parks have that we don't over here in Los Angeles is that they have shows.
And they have space.
They have a lot of space.
Yeah.
But would it kill you, Disneyland, to have a show or Universal Hollywood? They do.
Yes.
They do have shows. So Disney, come on, you got to catch up.
Yeah. Now, we do like the treat trails better at Disneyland, or specifically DCA has the Oogie Boogie Bash. And what they do really awesome is the fact that when you walk through the treat trail, there's an area where each treat trail is manned by a specific Disney villain. And so they're in a location where you can be in the treat trail, but you can like take a break and talk to them for as long as you want, interact with them for as long as you want, which is really
very
awesome.
immersive.
Yeah.
And you
Like
guys,
Agatha all along, Agatha Harkness. We spent like 10 minutes talking with her, and then we sang Down the Witch's Road song and all this fun stuff. So
This is the point where Agatha's like, guys, you got to move along.
Yeah,
There's
move
other
along
people
now.
in line. Keep it moving.
we missed. I know you were selling me on the Oogie Boogie Bash when we were at the In-N-Out Burger down at Rebel ScumCon, and by the time I got around to getting tickets, they were sold out, which didn't bother me necessarily because I was still able to go to Disneyland on that day until 11 o'clock, and then I was able to go to California Adventure up until they closed, and I felt like I still got the Halloween experience. I really, really did with the. I'm going to call, for lack of a better term, the motorcade. When they go around in the circle and the characters are in the car. That was during the day, and then at night everything looked cool, and they did the electric parade. But that electric parade is coinciding, I believe, with the 70th anniversary, not necessarily the Halloween time. But it was a great time, and I got to tell you, nothing is better than this ride. We went on this ride first and foremost, and I was blown away. I know Disneyland changes the rides, but I was not expecting a full transformation of the Haunted Mansion into the Nightmare Before Christmas. Do you guys have a more favorite ride at Disneyland during Halloween than this? I mean, this to me, this is top tier.
All right, well, asterisk. It's a great ride, but we just wish they held on to the original Haunted Mansion ride through until after Halloween.
Yeah, and then switched it over.
And then switched
But-
over from there for Christmas. So we
Right.
we want the
Okay,
original Nightmare, the original Haunted Mansion ride up until October 31st.
Now I can get it for you guys who don't get this ride over in Orlando because it is a really cool switchover. But for us at Disneyland, it's this like 4 months out of the year, and we like the Haunted Mansion just a little bit better, like the regular version. Yeah,
But it was a highlight. I want to say
Yes.
in 2019,
yeah,
where Halloween night we went to Disneyland and went on the Haunted Mansion at 7 p.m. Now 7 p.m. is like the magic hour for Halloween night, and 7 p.m. we just worked the gods were in the Halloween gods were in our favor, and they got us on that ride at 7 p.m.
yeah.
on Halloween night, and that right there is like a big check mark for me, a big check on my Halloween to-do list before I die.
And it is always neat to see what they do with the gingerbread house, the real live gingerbread house in the ballroom scene.
This is for the switchover
Yeah.
for the
Nightmare
Christmas
Before
version.
Yeah, I got to get there during the holiday for sure. It was quite cool. You know, I did one of the things that I really enjoyed, because I have a hard time with my vision, and when we go to Disney World during Christmas time, it gets dark early, right? And California, it's the last place for the sun to go down, the West Coast, obviously. And I really enjoyed being in the park as late as possible during daylight, and then when it switched over, it was very enjoyable, because I feel like that's taken away from me in Orlando during the holiday time. But the entrance to both parks, especially this one here, it was a lot of fun with the pumpkins.
Yeah.
We
And
love those pumpkins.
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. It was my first time in a Disney park during Halloween. And I got to be honest with you, man. I am not a fan of the holiday, but it's slowly growing on me. And I think
Wait, did you say you're not a fan of Halloween?
it's taking a long time to come around. And Richard,
All right, we're done.
wanted you on the No, you can't. You can't do that to me, because I got to tell you, and the reason why you're on the show tonight, we're not using any imagery of this. This film completely destroyed me for the Halloween holiday. And I've heard you reference this before. We're not going to use any poster art. We're not going to use any images from the movie. But I do want to talk to you. I'm getting anxious just talking about this right now, because that's what this film does to me. I've heard you reference Halloween 3 a couple times.
Happy Halloween,
No!
Halloween,
Stop it!
Halloween,
Stop it!
happy Halloween, silver
Shamrock. I know the song, but I got to tell you, man, this film ruined the holiday for me. And I've come around slowly. My wife, who I met 17 years ago, she loves Halloween like I love Christmas, and started dressing up, started carving a lot of pumpkins, started, just kind of having fun with it. So I don't hate Halloween. It's just taken a long time to get here. And Disneyland, going to Disneyland actually really kind of helped. I was like, okay, I'm more about Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and that sort of thing, instead of all the horror slasher, put a mask on, your face is going to explode in front of the TV kind of shit.
So
Now I
Halloween
gotta
Horror
ask you.
is not for you then.
No, it's not for me. But Richard, you're a big fan of that movie. I know, because you've referenced it so much. How old were you when you saw that film? And what was your first takeaway when you saw that
I
film?
was 13 when it came out in 82. And you're sitting there going, wait a minute, this is a Halloween film, right? Where's Michael Myers? And at the end, it's like, I think I walked into the wrong film. My friend and I went out to the usher and said, hey, you guys sent us to the wrong theater. We wanted Halloween 3. They go, yeah, that's what you saw. No, it wasn't. Halloween has got Michael Myers. Like, well, that's just what it is. And so,
so did you hate it, or were you just confused when you saw it?
Oh, it was terrible. It was a terrible, terrible film.
Because I still think it's a great film because it scared the shit out of me. I have dreams about this movie 3 times a year, even when it's not Halloween. That's how terrified of this film that I am. I mean, I should probably
see a manufacturer who wants to destroy children. Oh, you haven't been to LA in a long time, huh? So, if you walked in our shoes.
Well, yeah. It is an anti-kid movie, and I think that always bothered me.
John Carpenter wanted to do a whole anthology of Halloween films, and every one was going to be based on something else. The first one was Michael Myers, and it was so hugely popular. The studio said, let's do another Halloween, and John Carpenter said, okay, but this time we're going to do this. And the studio, whatever studio it was, said, no, we want Michael Myers back. No, that's a stupid idea. We did his story. He's dead. Let's move on. No. At the end of the movie, he was still there. He left. So his journey can still continue. And John Carpenter hated the idea. So finally, for Halloween 3, they said, okay, trust me on this one. We're going to do something totally different.
John Carpenter said this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that idea failed. Because I think everyone wanted to see Michael Myers. You're going to go see a Halloween film, you expect Michael Myers. Even though the commercials didn't show Michael Myers, but it's Halloween, so you'd expect it. And people were very, very dissatisfied and furious because it didn't have the main character.
But I think what Richard, he just loves referencing that song because it's so creepy.
The movie is trash. It's very early 80s trash. But the commercial that they play to tell the kids, go out and buy these masks. There's the witch, there's the skull, and there's I think a devil or something. But there's
it's the jack-o'-lantern, the skeleton, and the witch. I know these masks.
Oh yes. And that's one of the best little ditties ever. Dun, 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 dun. 8 more days till Halloween.
It's a very what is that called? It's an earworm.
Yeah, it's an earworm, and it drives her crazy.
Yeah.
So of course I love it.
So he likes to vex me.
Okay, so you like the song, you like to bother your wife with that song a little bit, but you think the movie's trash. I'm surprised.
The movie's trash. Yeah. The's only one character.
Man, I'm disappointed. I thought you were going to be able to lay it down, saying all these great things about this movie, and
it's a great movie to just swipe through.
Well, again,
there's only one character that goes from one series to the next. That's one of the cops, and they kill him off, and there you go.
And it's funny because a lot of people, this film has been terrifying me before I even saw the film because I just heard about it on the playground, 1983, 1984, and then it had a resurgence. And I'm thinking, all you people that think this movie is cool now, this film has been scaring the shit out of me.
Well, here's a Star Wars Halloween crossover. One of the characters in Halloween is named Lee Brackett. And Lee Brackett was one of the original writers of The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. That's great. Now, what Halloween movie is that in?
It's in the first 2 and goes over to the third one. That's the only character that goes from the first series to Halloween 3.
No kidding. I did not know that. You gave us a gem, something we didn't know. A character in Halloween 1, 2, and 3 named Lee Brackett. That's crazy. What movie scares you guys the most? Do you have one? Are you a fan of the genre?
Well, actually, I am not, but I have come to admire is not the right word. I've come to respect and appreciate
the genre.
Horror genre.
A couple of years ago, she was like, "Oh, horror? No way!
Yeah.
Yeah, she was all about the Christmas, all nice and fun and
that's me. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Well, I like the 1970s and early 80s Halloween, where it's no slashing, no guts and gore, but it's nice, fun, innocent Halloween. The worst thing you can get is someone going boo, and that's it.
Well, he does kill the dog in the first one, and every time they kill a dog, I'm like, why did you have to fucking go there?
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of that
But I
part.
think that was a 70s thing. It's like, hey, or with Cujo later on, it's like, hey, let's make the dog the villain. Now you don't see that anymore. It's
in the first film, Michael Myers didn't kill children when he could have, but I thought it would be a great character quality if he didn't kill children and pets. If the dog just kind of let the dog go on his way,
like Dexter.
Right.
yeah.
Revenge, revenge on the people that there are some people that need to be on the backside of revenge for sure.
Oh
yeah, especially when you go to theme parks and those people who just slow down and start texting while in a busy walkway.
Hey, let's not get into the people with the strollers at the park.
Yeah, there's a couple of people I'd want to send. Hey, Michael Myers, go to Disneyland.
Oh.
It's whatever you do is on you.
But back to your question about what scares you the most, I would say almost like Paranormal Activity.
Yeah,
are you gonna say that too?
That was mine.
Okay, as far as what scares you the most,
yeah,
it's the things that the blood and guts. Like,
no,
okay, it's white noise.
It's what you don't see.
But it's what you don't see, and the things that could happen to you.
Yeah,
being chased around by a hockey masked villain or someone in a William Shatner mask. Okay, but still far enough away at that point where it's not something that could be in your backyard. But Paranormal Activity is about a demon living in your house, and if they had shown the demon, if they had shown the demon, or even like Poltergeist at the front end of the movie, it's like all these scary things that could happen to you in your suburban neighborhood house.
Like even Stranger Things, that first season of Stranger Things where they're talking about the upside down, and then is it Debbie? What's her name? Gets
Barbara.
in the Barbara. She's murdered in the pool because she's in the upside down, and it's like an empty pool. And then we turn off the lights after watching that episode and realize that we have a pool just like that right outside. And I could not fall asleep that night because I was just.
Sarah made me go out and just empty the pool out with water. Took me a good 5 minutes.
I want to talk to you about this, Richard. You sent me this photo. What year is this from?
This is 1982. This is my Tuscan Raider costume. I worked pretty much the whole year on this. You get the Don Post mask.
The whole year on this thing?
What's that?
You said you worked the whole year on this.
Yeah, 1980. I love Tuscan Raiders. So I remember like the springtime of 82, I started working on my Tuscan Raider costume. The Don Post mask had just come out, and I made the little cardboard boxes and utility belt, and my grandmother had made me this burlap jacket vest, and I made this gaffy stick out of cardboard tape and a broomstick. It was all ready to go. And right before I went to go out trick-or-treating. At this age, I was still trick-or-treating. My sister and I got into this big fight, and she just jammed me in the stomach. And I don't know what she hit, but everything I ate in the last week just came back up again. And the whole night, I was just,
you weren't able to keep anything down.
I was not able to keep anything. I think even this mask right here, it's like, take the picture quick. Take the picture quick.
The costume is awesome. And I love seeing, like, cosplay from back in the day when we had limited resources. Do you still have this in your collection?
Of course I do.
When was the last time you had worn it?
Yesterday.
Did you really put it on?
No. You know, I'm sure the cardboard little pouches I made are
deteriorated.
Or somewhere I just realized, okay, I can't keep these, but I do still have that cloak, which I also used as a Yoda costume the year later, and that gaffy stick didn't last more than the night. And even that little tube respirator thing he has around his neck, I still do have that.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. I was talking to my brother Brad about a lot of the costumes that all the Ben Cooper costumes. Even when I was Paul Stanley one year for Halloween, for some reason, I don't have photos of that. And I'm thinking, did my mom drop the ball? Because what parent doesn't want to capture their kids in Halloween costumes? Apparently, I don't have a lot of photos of me in costume, but I love this. This is great. Thank you for sharing it. I was wrong about your Halloween 3 fascination. Just the song is what you're saying is what you like, and you like the
That and the
Sarah
vexing
with that
power.
song. Now, I got to call you out on something, and please forgive me for this, but I know that you are one of those guys that roll their eyes when they see Christmas items in the store, and we see a lot of that
Early.
during Halloween early. But you guys picked this up, and not only picked it up, but you guys took it out of the box and plugged it in.
Yes. Now you can change his lights, so now they are orange and purple.
Yeah.
So now he's a Halloween droid.
Yes. Okay, so now let me ask you this. How come you didn't take photos with the Halloween lights?
Because we didn't know at the time that they switched. We took this photo before we realized that.
Yeah, this was probably at 6:30 in the morning.
Yes.
And we just put them together and just flipped the switch once, not knowing you could do it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the animatronics, because I got the Yoda animatronic one, and comes with a witch hat. He comes with a little Halloween sign, and same with Vader and the Stormtrooper. Now, here's the thing. Kudos to you guys for getting this, because it's sold out online. I stopped at 2 Home Depots today, and I felt a little weird looking around in the Halloween section, or the Christmas section during Halloween time, but I'm like, damn it, I need this in my collection.
So what you gotta do is go to the gardening section, not the Christmas section, but the seasonal gardening section. And I don't know if you have got the other picture loaded up here, but you had to look way, way up on the rafters, because they had 3 R2s.
And we're still loaded up.
Yes, I did see your photo with the 3 R2s. So you guys were out in the gardening section. So it's like they haven't put them out yet.
Correct. They haven't even put them in their in-store inventory system yet. But if you can find them that way, that's how you can get them.
Here, let me see that here. Okay, yeah, the three stacked up there. Okay.
Yeah. That was way, and they had to get like a forklift.
Yeah, forklift.
Come take it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. A tip to all you collectors out there that want to get a jump on this, because this will sell out, hands down. And what was the retail price on this? Was $299, or was it even less?
$299.
$299. And why they don't charge twice or 3 times as much, I don't know.
Because the quality is that good.
The quality is phenomenal.
Okay, that's good to know.
It beeps. It's on a little platform that swivels, and the lights go off and on. It's just great.
It's motion sensor too, and you can set it so that it's motion sensor with sound, or you can turn the sound down or up. It's a volume level, it has a volume. Or you can just set it so that the lights are on and it won't move when you walk by, or you can just turn it off. But either way, that's like nice to have those options. And the fact that it's on this little system where it moves around, so it actually looks like it's coming forward, and then it's like swiveling, and it's like, my God.
It's like something you would see at Star Tours.
Yeah.
It's
so cool.
And I'm sure the droid builders are like, stop it. Don't put that out there.
Yeah.
That's not a real droid.
Definitely got to get, everybody needs this in their collection for sure.
Yeah, and for those of us who are not droid builders, it would take me forever to build a droid. So hats off to the actual droid builders.
Yeah.
But this took me like 10 minutes to put we put together in like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it, once again, the quality is just phenomenal. And here's another tip. When you go to Home Depot and you ask the sales rep, hey, do you have any R2s? If they say no, do not believe them.
Yeah, just go look around.
At 5:45 in the morning, we spoke to a customer service person. They looked on their computer and said, no, we don't have any in. And
it looks like we're getting some in next week on Saturday.
And judging by my history, whenever I trusted someone, they always let me down. So I always go and just look for myself. And 9 out of 10 times, I always find what I'm looking for when their service rep said, no, we don't have any. So she said they don't have any in stock, but we said, you know what? It's 15 more minutes till the store opens. Let's wait it out. And we went in, went to the store and said, hey, remember when you said that there was no R2s? There's 3 right there.
Saw it for yourself. Yeah, that's what you got to, and as collectors, that's what we got to do, man. We got to look. with our own eyes.
Gotta go for the hunt. It's all about the
Yeah,
hunt.
it's all about the hunt, and the hunt is alive and well. Hey, before I let you guys go, we always do a little game time here on Mocktails from the Cantina. We're going to play a little game called Would You Eat That? Because my friend Sean has a annual Halloween party every year. Good friends of mine down the street have an annual Halloween party every year, and I always go there with a empty stomach, but I always question if I should eat this because it is not appealing. So hey, bear with me because brother Matthew Rooney is at Return of the Jedi Live today. He is not behind the board. I am manning all the imagery here. But would you eat that? Let's start with this one here. Would you guys eat that at a Halloween party?
Absolutely. This looks yummy.
Yeah.
That's like a charcuterie board, right?
Yeah, charcuterie.
Can't go wrong with that cheese.
Blackberries,
cubes,
cheese.
and olives,
Yummy.
and some intestines. I mean, rolled up ham.
Yeah.
I would partake in that. I would
Funny.
partake in that. Now,
I would not eat that spider.
now what about this one? This one's a next level up here. The pumpkin has vomited all over the tray, but it looks like
Yeah.
we're looking at nachos here, right?
Yeah, no, this looks like 7-layer dip, and I'm all over that.
Yeah.
Right.
After my
Right.
vomit story with the Tuscan
Oh,
Raider, it's like
You're not into that?
I'm not. I don't like anything having to do with vomit. If someone's gonna vomit on TV, we mute it and turn away.
Okay, so that pumpkin vomiting, that would turn you off a little bit.
Yeah, I'd walk away from this one.
Okay, now
I go back to the other board.
Ew.
now we're moving up now. Now that looks like something that you would see in a museum where I went to this exhibit where it was like the human tissue underneath the skin.
Yep.
That looks like what I saw at the Museum of Science and Industry right there. I would not eat that.
Yeah, that meat looks too fatty. So
Yeah, I would not eat that
I'd
either.
pass by this.
Nope.
And
pass.
it is I'm gonna guess that it is prosciutto. But you know what? It probably is a little fatty there. Okay, so we're gonna pass on that. That is not appealing enough, even if we are starving. Now, what about this one here?
What is that? Are those
It's a head.
sausages?
That would be the head to the
eye.
hand that we just looked at. Yeah, but
I'd eat the eye. I'd eat the eyeball.
Now, I
You
don't
would
think
eat the eyes?
little hot dogs.
Yeah, it looks like little hot dogs.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Big
little hot dog.
pinhead.
here.
Yeah.
Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Yeah,
Yeah,
would you eat that?
I start at the back because I don't need my food looking at me.
That's why I eat the eyeball, so it's not looking at me anymore.
Sarah, you would go for the eyes. Richard, you're going right for the
Now,
back.
I'm
of the head.
very,
You know-
very sensitive when it comes to eyes, so I'd stay away from those eyeballs.
Yeah, he would.
You know, it's one of those things. It's like, what are you afraid of? Paranormals and eyeballs, right?
and
Hey, you know
touching of
what?
the eyeballs.
It's funny because the next Halloween show that we do, we have to have our good friend Dan Matson on because he is actually like a paranormal hunter. You know, he does a lot of trips with that. But we'll get into that in a different episode. Now this
Skip over.
this has got dental
Swipe.
nightmare all over it.
Swipe. Swipe.
Not
That's really
only do you
funny.
have the dental nightmare, but you also have the blood to go with it. Now, you know what they say, if you have dreams about bleeding teeth, it is financial related. I've had a couple of those, not recently, but I've had them before. The last one we're looking at here is going to deal with more possible eyeballs. But we got a spider, almost looks like a finger in the mix
Yeah.
as well.
I
Would
don't
you
know.
eat that?
Hamburger
Yeah,
helper. This looks good.
I'd
I'd eat it.
skip over this one here.
Okay. So, Richard, what are you going to eat at a Halloween party? Because Sarah is partaking in all this here, and you're kind of
You know what?
passing on
I'll
everything.
have to order DoorDash.
order DoorDash and maybe an In-N-Out burger. Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't go for this, and I wouldn't bob for an apple.
you could.
Hell no.
Oh, I tried. Have you ever bobbed for an apple? Like, honest to God, bobbed?
No, and you know what's funny? The only time that I've seen bobbing for apples is in a show that I have to watch every year, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have
No.
done it once. When I was a kid, up the street, they had this big Halloween party, and I had glasses. I had glasses back in 3rd grade. So I bobbed for an apple because I had seen it on TV. I thought it was like, oh, that's fun. Let's bob for an apple. Worst thing ever. And then with glasses, you're like putting your face underwater. You're trying to grab this thing with your teeth, and meanwhile, my glasses are getting all wet. It was awful. I do not recommend it.
Even as a kid, it's like, wait a minute, how many kids' faces have been in that water?
Oh, see, I didn't even think about that.
All over those apples. Even as like a 6-7-year-old, like, nope, I'm out. You refresh the water, and we'll think about it.
So, Richard, did you get a chance to experience that, but you decided to stay out of the water because it was not chlorinated?
Yes. I told the teachers we had a big Halloween party at the local church. They wouldn't change out the water. It's like, all right, I'm out.
Man, it's crazy. One year we had a Halloween party, and it was in my garage, and we had some kids over, and there was this one bad apple that showed up, and he whipped a sucker across the room, and it knocked my younger brother's tooth out.
Oh.
And it was a nightmare. And we were running in after this kid, and we were chasing him. We were gonna probably completely kick his ass. He obviously got away. I think there's some things that happen on Halloween with me younger that I have to peel through the layer of the onion, which I am doing slowly.
There's a lot of trauma there. We get it.
To enjoy the holiday, but I am enjoying the holiday as the years go on. I enjoyed the show with you guys tonight. Thank you so much for being guests on the show. I look forward to having you guys on again. Are you guys doing a Halloween special on Skywalking Through Neverland?
Yes.
So, yes. Well, we put one out, which is our trip for Halloween Horror Nights and for Dark Universe at Epic Universe.
We break down the Dark Universe at Epic Universe.
So awesome.
It's like, this is like second only to Galaxy's Edge.
Because it's all the Universal monsters that are walking around and just all these amazing rides and things. So that was great.
It's like walking into a Universal monster movie.
It really is. And then this coming week, is that what it is?
It's the week after this.
Okay.
Well, this coming week, we're going to do a classic Marvel Star Wars comic where it kind of ties into Michael Myers. Mm-hmm. There's another Star Wars connection right there.
And then the final week of Halloween, what are we doing?
We're doing a retrospective of The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes.
Last year, we did Frankenstein with a whole lot of fun because Sarah had never seen these films, and I had only seen them back in the late 70s, so it's been a minute since I've seen them. And our guest is going to be Gary Girani, who was the writer of all of the original Topps trading cards, going back from the Creature from the Black Lagoon series to Star Wars to Alf to everything in the 80s. This guy was the editor and writer for all those cards. So if you see those top Star Wars cards, he's the one that wrote all that stuff.
Wow, that's awesome. And this is all going to be on Skywalking Through Neverland here next week, you said, or 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, leading up to Halloween, yes.
Halloween week.
Yes.
And people can catch you guys on YouTube, and you guys have a Patreon page.
We do.
And Facebook as well, correct?
Yeah, all the socials, just go to skywalkingthroughneverland.com.
Cool, man. Well, hey, I want to thank you guys so much, and happy Halloween to you guys.
And you can see our video about how we unboxed Chewbacca over here.
Oh, the other animatronic over there. Yeah, which is another one. So we got Stormtrooper, Vader, Chewbacca, and R2. And I'm going to guess Chewbacca does transform into Halloween as well, correct?
Yes. Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet, but he'll have his Halloween decorations on next week.
Very cool, very cool. I'm looking forward to adding those to my collection. My wife is probably not looking forward to that, but I can't hide that from her because I'm going to display those in my living room.
Yeah, very, very. You can always tell her he's been there since we've been married.
Yeah, well, no, she knows. She goes, I'll buy something very, very small. She's like, okay, that's a new one. Where did you get that from? It's good that you guys can share the hobby together because you kind of collect together and buy together and that sort of thing. I do not have that blessing, but I do have the blessing of a wonderful marriage, just like you guys. And hey, thanks again, guys. Happy Halloween, and we will see you guys on the next show.
Rock and roll all night and party every day.
Amen, brother. Amen. Hey, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Machtails from the Cantina Halloween special. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon. We definitely missed Brother Matthew Rooney today. I want to thank all my producers as well. So many. Matthew Rooney, Brother Rich Brendel, Brother Brandon Wolgast, Andy from Miami, Brother Brian Klein, Kurt Holman, Todd Suds Sedlak, Cody Moore, and our newest producer, Jason Stockson. Without you guys, I would not be able to invest the time in the live show, and I would not be able to give you guys the content on Patreon. You guys can join for free. There is a link in the show description for those of you that are watching on the playback. I am your show host, Chris Mock, and we will catch you guys next time on another episode of Machtails from the Cantina Live. Happy Halloween.